Eileen Gilbo with The Real Las Vegas, and we are here today with Casey Jade from Casey Jade Photo, or Photography, whatever you prefer. And so we're going to have a little chat. We've been actually chatting for maybe about an hour now, so now we're actually going to get serious and start this interview.
And we're just catching up and just, BSing. Now we're getting to the real stuff. It's fine.
Okay.
And I did not know that that's how you say your last name. I'm glad to hear you say it. Gilbo.
Well, yeah. Well, if you actually look at it, you'll never get it.
No, that's why I was like.
Well, and so my maiden name was Stevens.
Oh, easy.
So all I had to do was with a V, not a PH.
Not a PH, right?
Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go through this whole thing.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, well, mine, it's like, my name's Casey, and they're like, K.C. And I'm like, no, it's the original Irish way. It's C-A-S-E-Y. It means brave.
I'm like K.C. What is it? K, what'd you say?
K.
Yeah.
C. K.C.
Oh. Okay.
Like Kansas City.
Gotcha. I would have never thought to do that.
Good.
Okay. All right. So, hello.
Hello.
We're having
Hello,
fun. I don't know
Gilbo.
if you can tell. So, questions.
I love questions.
Questions. So, no, I shouldn't say that. How long have you been in Las Vegas?
26 years. I moved here when I was 5 from San Diego with my mama because she didn't want me to be a beach bum. And you know what's funny? The school system out here was actually better than it was in San Diego at the time when I was 5.
Really?
Yeah. I went to one of the top-rated elementary schools. We had the GATE program, Gifted and Talented Education.
Yeah.
So I actually had a really good public school experience, my whole schooling experience, because my elementary school was bomb. And then I went to middle school and it was good, and I was in whatever those accelerated classes were. And then in high school I was in all honors and AP classes, so I kind of had the more private school version of public school when I went. So it was actually a really good experience. I loved school.
Well, and you went to all public schools here.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good, because a lot of people don't have that experience.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
So I had to preface.
Well,
I was like,
you know what?
I survived.
I think it's, I had a good experience here, growing up in high school. But I mean, I don't know. Everybody's totally different. Now, if you meet people that I went to high school with, they might say I had too good of an experience. So,
and that was back when there was only 7 high schools too.
Yes.
Now there's
Bonanza Bengals, 1989.
Chaparral Cowboys, 2005.
So we're a little bit far off, but that's good to know there were still good programs.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I have a high schooler now, and same thing. She's in honors classes, and she loves it. Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's funny because I was one of the original high schools too. I didn't go to one of the new ones, right? Because there was Chaparral, Bonanza, Rancho, Vegas.
I believe Chaparral, and I could be wrong, I'm sure all you natives will correct me. I believe Chaparral was supposed to be a prison. Is that
a rumor?
It's just a rumor.
Right?
Okay,
Yeah, it was the whole rumor was always it was a women's prison or whatever. No, it was built as a school. It was fine.
Okay,
no,
maybe it was a rumor started by Bonanza.
Right, it was somebody. No, really, but that's always been the Vegas locals rumors.
Yeah.
Shop was a prison, stuff. But you know what? The coolest thing about Shop, really, that I loved was you were in a classroom, but then literally you walked outside of your classroom and you were outside. It was the coolest thing because the hallways, there's 4 hallways. And then there's a courtyard in the middle. So it was so cool that you were always outside. It felt so much more freeing. Like when you went to high school, you got this little bit of freedom because you got to be outside.
So it didn't feel like a prison.
No, it felt amazing. I loved my school. It was so cool. And getting to go out and sit in the courtyard for lunch, man, it was awesome.
Yeah, ours were all interior classrooms. The only outside was the quad and walking to the gym.
Right.
Yeah. That was it.
I remember my friend, and this will totally date me, but my friend rolling down the hallway with his wheelies, the Heelys, the shoes that had the one wheel on the wheel. I was like, I do not know how you don't fall flat on your butt with those things on. But he would just be like, psh.
Yeah, some people have this thing called balance. Yeah,
some people. I literally
I don't have that, but
I
some
trip over
people
my own
have it.
shadow.
Yeah.
I literally last night bought a doTERRA oil called Balance, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom of my feet, and it's supposed to bring me more balance. So hopefully, I'll tell you if it works.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm almost guaranteeing it will not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I'm just that person. It's just like you can't change like who I am hereditarily or whatever it is. Like I don't know. It's just born with no balance.
So why did your mom, and maybe you don't even know this, but why did your mom have such a bad image of a beach bum?
Well, like she knows that I love the ocean. Like I literally have a tattoo of like Ocean Beach, San Diego, which is where I'm from, and the pier, and like a mermaid. Like I love the ocean. I'm drawn to the ocean. So she just knew that she had a premonition that if I grew up there, I would be more at the ocean than at school.
Gotcha.
Like if it was an option, if the ocean was there, I'd be there.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of it. And also my grandma lived here.
Oh, okay.
So we came out here to be closer to her. Didn't work out so well. Anyway, but we did come out here, and you know, my life would look completely different if I wasn't here. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So how long ago did you start your photography company?
December of 2013. I actually started it on my mom's birthday in December of 2013. So I'll always remember when I got that. Like I got the business license in the mail, and it said my mom's birthday on it, and I was like, "Mommy."
Yeah, that's nice.
When I just actually got a new used car, new to me, but it's 2015 Jeep Cherokee, and it's so funny how like just synchronicity and worlds and numbers. I've always been a huge fan of like numbers and things. But I got the Jeep, and I got like the little temporary tag on it, right?
Yeah.
And it expired my mom's birthday. My mommy.
So you're constantly reminded of her all the time.
Where I come from.
That's good. That's good. So what got you into photography?
Funny story. So right out of high school, I went to college, but I had been in school for like a ton of years before then, right? So like I wasn't really focused on college right when I got there. I graduated high school with a very high GPA, and I loved learning. But when I got to college, I needed a break. So I didn't focus on it, left college because I was just wasting time and money.
Yeah.
I started as a seasonal associate at Circuit City, and within a year, I was the second highest paid manager in the building.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was actually the youngest ever operations manager for Circuit City, which was super cool.
So for those of you who don't know
what Circuit City is.
Circuit City was kind of like a Best Buy.
Best Buy Fry's.
Yeah. That does not exist, well, here anymore. I don't know. Do they even have a presence at all?
Well, they went bankrupt in 2009,
Okay.
and actually they're an online company now, so CircuitCity.com is a thing again, and they were actually talking about opening stores again.
Oh.
I think they were going to start in New York. I don't know. You can Google. Siri knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went into retail management, and when you're in
Okay.
retail management, you have to have open availability because, you know, they want you to be able to do whatever they need you to do. So I couldn't go back to school at that time. Circuit City went bankrupt in 2009, and the district manager for Radio Shack went around to all of the stores trying to recruit management to run stores, like their own stores for Radio Shack. So I did that for a year, and then I actually found the service industry. Radio Shack killed my love of retail management.
Oh, no.
It was a terrible company to work for. Radio Shack, if you don't know what it is, because they went out of business recently, really used to sell little tiny parts of things, like capacitors and
components for other things, right?
Batteries.
Yeah.
They were great at batteries. Anyway, they tried to get into like more of the consumer electronics market, selling TVs and cell phones and things that people didn't even know that they sold, and they killed themselves. Anyway, I found the service industry, and I was like, you can make money just with your personality? So I started working at a restaurant called the Sicilian Ristorante on Tropicana in Pecos. Amazing homemade food if you haven't been there. Started there, and I really missed learning. So I sat down with my mom, and I was like, Mom, I want to go back to school, but I don't want to waste time and money like I did before, and I really want to do something that I can grow with.
Yeah.
when I was a kid and I used to go to summer camp, I used to have those funny little wind-up cameras with like the flash that had to charge that you would like bring to like the 1 hour photo shack at CVS, and they would like develop your pictures.
Yeah.
I never had a 35 millimeter, never had film cameras, never anything with that type of photography. But legit, because I had those wind-up cameras and because my mom knew I loved people and being creative, she suggested photography. And I was like, photography?
Yeah.
You know, when you like get that resistance in you because it's like out of your comfort zone and you constantly say like the things, what like the reasons you shouldn't do it.
Right.
Oh, well, it's too expensive and there's already a billion people doing it and I'm too old to start in it now and blah, 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 blah. All the resistance came.
Right, right.
My mom is great and intuitive, and she was like, you're BS. I'm going to buy you this digital camera on my credit card. You can pay it off monthly with interest. So I started college for photography. My first day for my commercial photography degree, I literally walked in with like the box. The camera never taken out of the box. Didn't even know how to turn the damn thing on.
Oh,
and I just like
wow.
sat it on the desk and I was like, I'm here.
That is hysterical.
There was a guy in my beginning photography class who had already practiced photography, but he never started the degree. So he had to take the beginning photography class as a prerequisite.
Yeah.
So every single time he would turn in an assignment, I would go, I get it. And I'm competitive by nature. So I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that.
So because he was at such a high level, you saw what was possible.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And halfway through my degree, I saw so many of my friends graduating and literally not doing anything with their degree, just going back to their day jobs.
Yeah.
So halfway through my degree, I had a conversation with myself. I do that a lot. And I was like, is this something that I want to do for a business?
Yeah.
Is this something that I can, make money at? Is this something that I know I'm going to be good at and I love? Yes, yes, yes. So I started, I still worked at the Sicilian, and the owner of the Sicilian actually had built the strip mall that the restaurant was in. So I went to him and I was like, hey, I'm going to start a business. I need a space.
Yeah.
So I got my first little tiny 450 square foot space, 8-foot ceilings, and it was split between an office and a studio, but it was a place to bring clients.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. So I started making a name for myself, getting clients, buying equipment. I started the whole process while I was still in school.
Wow.
Fast forward to today.
Yeah.
And right now we're in my client meeting room. So it's a little bit bigger of a space now. We actually have a client meeting room to where I can bring people, show them their beautiful photos, have product on the walls, and, make sure that they
cool. You can't see it, but there are photos everywhere that are gorgeous. There are what are those called?
Corners.
Like frame corners that you can pick and choose.
Yeah, you can take them off the wall and feel them and look at them.
Whatever you want. I mean, it's really a nice setup. It's you don't normally see this, except in like larger studios. Yeah, but it's cool. So, do you think you'll be doing this forever?
I would love to do this as long as I can, because the thing that I get to do with my photography is empower women.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to do this as long as I can, and I'm trying to figure out how to scale my business more so that I can not get burnt out to where I want to leave and I can really just feel like I'm giving back to the world with my passion.
Yeah.
And I think that if I can succeed in doing that, then I will be able to do this forever.
Yeah.
If external circumstances pop up or what so have you, or something changes and I can't be in this role, I think that the thing that I would do would either be a speaker or be a teacher.
Yeah. I think you have the energy for either Both. One. Yeah. I mean, it's because it really takes, I think it takes a super special person to be a teacher.
Lots of patience.
Yeah, you have to. And no offense, but I think that I've met a lot of teachers who should not be teaching, because maybe the passion they started with isn't present anymore.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And I just like what I was saying before, like I feel like after you do something for a long time and it takes so much time and energy, you do get a little bit burnt out. So I have met a lot of teachers that it's just kind of like the routine and they're not as passionate about it anymore. And yeah, it's hard because, the world kind of beats you down and there's so many circumstances when it comes to teaching with bureaucracy with policies, procedures, parents, kids.
Yeah.
Like, so there's so many factors that could literally beat that passion out of you.
Absolutely. Yeah, but you'll be great no matter what you do.
Thanks, girl.
Okay, a couple more questions. So, are you following hockey?
Yeah, playoffs, baby. Go Knights go. Go Knights go.
Yes. Do you have a favorite player?
No, I'm really bad. Okay, so if anybody is watching this and wants to take me to a game, I want to go so bad. I've never been to one of the games yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't actually, I have some swag. I finally bought, a sweatshirt and a shirt of the Knights. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
But I don't actually know a lot of the players. I know Marc-Andre Fleury, and I think that that's the only name I literally know.
Well, and so I think that's everybody's, go-to.
Yeah.
Probably because he's the one you're watching,
right?
All the time.
He's in control of the score.
Well, and the funny thing is, I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen him without a smile on his face. So I think his energy too that he brings, everybody just kind of gravitates toward. So I will tell you, and I've probably said this before on here, but my favorite is Ryan Reeves.
And who's that?
He is, I don't know what position he plays. I know nothing about hockey whatsoever, except there's a goalie that's trying to keep people from scoring.
There's men with sticks on ice skates.
And a bunch of other people that are trying not to score, not to let them score on this side and score on the other. So, I mean,
and there's fighting?
Yes. So that's Ryan Reeves. So
cool.
I saw in a promo clip that he did that he actually took boxing lessons so that he could get better. No joke.
Yeah.
So he could get better at his craft.
That's so interesting.
Of playing hockey, because fighting is, I guess, a big part of it.
Well, holding your body weight probably to not get knocked over or something.
Probably.
That's so interesting.
But he cracks me up because if I'm and I have never gotten in a fight because I'm scared to death of getting hurt.
Me too. I don't want anyone to pull my hair. I'm like, no,
I can't say I haven't probably started fights, but I have never been in a fight. I have that type. I do. I have that type of personality. But I can just imagine if I was actually in a fight, I would be so upset. I would be crying, and if I get mad, I cry. So it would
be just be a mess.
For lack of a better word, it would be a shit show.
Yeah.
But he will fight, and he is smiling and laughing the entire time.
That's a little psychotic.
Well, it works. I don't know if it's psychotic,
I love that.
I don't know that he would be effective if he really let it get to him.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And still could play. So anyway, Ryan Reeves, you're my favorite.
Because, hey, that's great to know. Hey, what's up, Ryan Reeves? But really, psychologically, when you smile, it releases endorphins in your brain. So, even if you're having a bad day and you want, a little bit of, confidence boost or happiness, if you force yourself to smile, it psychologically triggers something that makes you a little bit happier. So maybe that is something that's so interesting.
Well, and I can just imagine if you are a person that gets totally triggered by somebody smiling at you when something's going bad. I mean, he probably does throw people off their game.
Why is he smiling?
With this big old smile on his face.
Okay, now I just want to watch to see
you
him
have to.
But can you see him smile through his little face thing?
Well, they don't cover their mouths.
Oh no, right?
It's
the goalie does.
Yeah. So
okay, it's just a little helmet thing.
Yeah,
see, this is what I know about hockey. I'm like, can you see their face?
Well, listen,
Obviously, I need to go watch a game.
In our defense, we did not have major, sports teams
we didn't.
So it might take us a little bit to catch up.
And it's hot. We're in the desert. We're not hockey,
but we will get there.
We used to have, when I was a kid, we had the Thunder, and that was our hockey team, and it was a minor league team, but the mascot was this polar bear, and his name was Boom Boom. And I actually, I was at a bar one day, and I met the guy that was in the costume one day.
Hysterical.
I was oh, I was so excited. That's hilarious.
Well, somebody else told me, too. Well, yeah, we used to have a team called the Thunder. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we did. They played at UNLV Thomas and Mack.
Never even heard of them.
No, and then I think after that, we had, the Wranglers. That was a thing.
Yeah. Don't know.
But one of my friends is actually one of the drum bots for the Knights. The drummer guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Tell him to get you some tickets.
I don't know if he would.
Get
I'm sure that,
Casey some tickets.
I don't want to be that friend. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that, like, he's,
Oh,
like,
probably
I've never.
all the time.
Yeah, all the time
All the
people
time.
probably hit him up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not that person, man. Like, I never want people to do that to me, so I like doing to others, man. I'm like, you do your drum thing, man. I'm proud of you. I don't want tickets. You're good. I'll just watch you and be proud of you. It's fine. I'll figure out how to get there myself. It's cool.
It'll be fun. You can watch them for free. They practice.
At the downtown
at their
Summerlin.
practices, they practice there.
Maybe I should go.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, because it's cool.
And then I could just, like,
yeah.
eat some popcorn and hang out and chill.
I don't know if they have popcorn, but yeah.
I'm going to bring my own popcorn. I like watching things with popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring floss.
They'll probably want some.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
Can feed the Golden Knights some popcorn.
Okay, there you
I
go.
brought popcorn, guys. I'll be known as like the popcorn lady. My friend Leah Lana does bananas, and she does like chocolate dipped bananas. I'll bring Leah Lana and her bananas. She has pink hair. You can't miss her. They will love her.
Why did you have to bring up chocolate bananas?
Now you're gonna
Those
want
are
some.
my so
Leah Lana bananas. They're frozen. They are.
I go to Disneyland for the chocolate dip bananas.
See, now you don't have to go to Disneyland. She literally,
Okay.
she has like so many different toppings. Like one of my favorites is the pistachio Oreo. She has like fruity pebbles.
Oh,
She has
I'm
like,
all about just the regular bananas.
but swear, like you have to.
Okay.
Leah Lana's bananas.
All right. I'm getting your info as
She's
as soon
amazing.
as we're done
Yeah, she's
here.
amazing. You're gonna love her, and you're gonna love her personality. She should be on one of these. She would love this.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
yeah, you're gonna love her.
Okay, so I have just a few more.
Good.
Where you already said one of the places that you used to work that you love their food.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you eat out if you eat out local?
So one of my favorite restaurants is actually my friend owns this restaurant, and I go there constantly because everything I've had on the menu is so good.
Yeah.
It's called The Stove. And it's actually like a breakfast and brunch restaurant, but they
Okay.
also have a separate area where they have like a tea room for tea service, like in London.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
really cool.
It's different.
There used to be a place at Town Square that I took my daughter, but it was hysterical because it was a pub. It was a pub on one side, and then they had tea service too.
Really?
So there's all these 11-year-olds like outside this pub having tea for
That's
for
cool.
her birthday.
That's
They're
so
not
cool.
there anymore.
Right.
But okay, the stove. So
Mhm.
they have tea service.
They have tea service and they have amazing food. It's so good. It's ridiculous. Like
I think somebody else has told me about them too. So okay, I have to go. It's on my list.
super good. It's on that it's right before Anthem on Eastern, and it's in
Okay.
that like 2-story building where it used to be like
Oh, yeah,
Firefly
yeah.
or like the I
Yep.
think it was Doing Proper right before, but that's where it is.
Yep. Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
Really good. I love breakfast. So
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I will. It is on my list to go. Okay.
Super good.
All right, and then my last question is: are you ready? Drum roll.
Where's my drum bot friend? Like, oh, I did it.
Do you drink coffee?
I do.
Okay, so where is your favorite? Like, not Starbucks, not Coffee Bean. Where do you go?
Can I have two?
You can have as
Okay.
many as you want.
So one of them is literally right by my house.
Okay.
I live off of Horizon and 95, so I'm in Hendertucky.
Yeah. Well, you're
Um,
not in Hendertucky. You're in the newer part of Henderson.
Either way. Yeah, no, I bartended for 7 years, and like the last bar that I worked at was on Water Street, and we
Yeah.
had the shirts that like said Hendertucky.
Yeah,
It was called Gold Mine Tavern.
that
So
is Hendertucky.
it's my
There
Hendertucky.
you go.
I still love my Hendertucky. So there's a place, and it's locally owned, and it's called the Mad Batter Cafe.
Yes, I've been there. Their biscuits and gravy
Oh,
is to die for.
I know.
It is so good.
I get the Stack Attack or the Snack Attack, I think it's called, but it's like
Okay.
biscuits and gravy. It's like loaded all up, and it's like just it's
Yeah.
so good. It's
Yep.
everything there, and they have amazing coffees as well. So that is my favorite that's close to me.
Okay.
My favorite for atmosphere, for the types of coffee, for the food, for the everything, for photo shoots, for everything.
Really?
It's this little hidden gem. It doesn't even have like a sign that
Oh,
says that it's
yeah.
there. So you already
Yeah.
know? Yep, Gabby Coffee.
Yep.
It's gorgeous inside.
It
It's off
is.
of like Spring Mountain, I think like Jones
I don't
or
even
something.
know what the cross street
But
is.
it's like it's Spring Mountain for sure.
Yeah.
And it's like in the parking lot with like KFC.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But it is gorgeous inside. They have like all these like old books, like a bookcase. They have this like they have a swing. They have like a slide thing. Yeah, I know it sounds
Yeah.
like Disneyland, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's wooden. Okay. It's classy. But no, it's
nice.
gorgeous in there.
It
Their
is.
coffee's amazing. Like, I had this sandwich. I think it was like a croissant sandwich with like sprouts and like avocado, and it was like the dressing on it was like to die for. I'm craving it right now thinking about it.
We had, I want to say it's Earl Grey. Gosh, I don't even know if it was just a slice of like bread.
Ooh.
It was, I mean,
was not expecting that to be a food thing.
It tasted like Earl Grey tea. I mean, it was so good. It was delicious.
Yeah, they're amazing.
My son, he's reading Harry Potter. He will go and sit up on where those bookcases are, because it's stacked kind of like a bleacher system.
Yeah.
Sit up there, and then my other little ones are going up and down and around on the slide, and people are sitting there having conversations and reading their books. And
it's crazy.
There's a swing set in like a bird
like
cage.
Yeah, oh, it's crazy.
I mean, it's just
it's awesome.
So the only way to find it, if you're on Spring Mountain, I want to say there is a KFC.
Big wooden door.
Yeah, and it is a KFC in this building. But the door, and you can see the door because it's in a regular like strip mall where they have just regular business doors.
Yeah, there's a glass with the
and then this door is just big and huge and wood. There is no sign.
It's like Narnia.
Yeah, you will not see a sign.
No.
But just look it up. It's Gabi, Gabi.
Yeah.
Coffee and tea.
If your kids are into Harry Potter, have you been to Bad Owl Coffee?
I have not taken them.
Harry Potter themed.
I went for the first time the other day, and so my son's like, "What? You went without me? What do you mean you went without
Pissed.
me?" Yeah, he was like, and I'm like, "Do you want to see pictures?" He's like, "No, I don't want to see pictures.
Don't make it worse, Mom.
Just take me." So
No.
I'm like, "Okay, fine, yeah, we'll go."
Yeah, like we're going right now.
Well, so I live more in the Northwest, and my only complaint, Northwest, I love you, is that we don't have a lot of these like little quaint places. So, but I don't mind traveling. I don't mind traveling for good food and good coffee.
Well, we were actually just talking about that before we started the formal discussion.
Yes, very formal.
But we were talking about like how...
I know. I'm here with my legs all up. I have my shoes on.
Mom, would you like a spoon of tea? No, we were talking about how really, even like no matter what side of town we live on, because we live on diametrically opposed sides of town.
Right.
It takes us like 40 minutes to get anywhere, whether it's like to the middle of town or to the other side of town.
Right.
Whether in like Chicago or California, it'd be like, 3 hours. So we're totally good. We will travel. If you don't want to travel to us, we will come to you for good food, good drinks, good coffee, whatever it is.
And that was very selfishly part of my plan for these interviews too. Is I like going places to eat that people already have tried it out for me.
Absolutely. Why do you think Yelp's a thing?
I know. I despise spending money on bad food.
Absolutely.
I have no bigger pet peeve than spending money on bad food.
Absolutely.
So, and I've been burned enough by Starbucks that I'm like, please.
Just like their coffee.
Local,
burned.
yeah, local only, please. Because I think when you own your own business, you care really about the product that you're putting out. And you're in control of the quality, and you're in control of the client experience.
And the experience. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, it really does, to me, make a difference.
And I love, like, as a business owner, right, we meet a lot at coffee places.
Absolutely.
So, like, we do want, like, the Gabi, I don't even know how to say it, sorry, guys. That experience, too, to where you walk in and it's like this, you don't feel like you're in Vegas. You feel like you literally muted into a different dimension or something, which is great. And these places where you can just feel different. You're so far. Vegas is so characteristically like Sin City and the Strip and these lights and everything's like
glitz and
glamour. I want to
get
away from the neon, please. No neon.
Yep.
So these places that make you feel like a Cheers, you know what I mean? Like where everybody knows your name, or it's like small and quaint, or like it can give you these different experiences, and the coffee is amazing.
It is. It's so good. And
I mean, you know what's funny though? Last time I went to Starbucks, like they don't even have anything on their menu anymore. They literally have like, here's a cappuccino. It's like it's like the secret menu in In-N-Out. You have to like know what you want at Starbucks. Like, and if you don't, it's like
you have to befriend a barista and be like, hey, what's the new thing?
What's the tall, skinny soy mocha chocolate latte?
I know.
With half a shot of something and whipped to perfection.
My daughter used to work there, and I'd say, "Oh, so how's that drink?" Don't get it. It's disgusting. But you buy things because of the hype.
Right.
And
you want to have this sentence long drink. You're like, I would like a tall venti mocha chocolate cappuccino.
Well, I think we might be getting over that.
I hope so.
Yeah, because I think it's funny. I went somewhere the other day that their large was called Colossus, and I'm like, that's brilliant because that's what I want.
Yeah, I want a Colossus coffee.
A Colossus coffee any day of the week.
I know when Starbucks came out with the bigger cup for their cold drinks, which was a Trenta.
Yeah.
I was like, may I please have a 40 coffee? Please, are we doing Spanish now? Because I think we went from Italian to Spanish.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna do 40, I'm in. Can I have a 40 ounce? I want a 40 a coffee. That's what I want. You want a 40? Yeah, a 40 a coffee. That's what I want.
But your cup holders aren't even big enough to hold that.
But see, they've figured that out. So they make it small on the bottom, the big gulp cups, right? At the mega corner stores, right? They make the bottom skinny enough to fit in the cup holders, and then it goes out like this, and it's you have your liquid.
We actually poured. I don't even remember why. YouTube is famous for all these things. So one of my kids took the bigger size and poured it into the other cup, and it was the same. It was the same.
A restaurant that I worked at had a cup of soup and a bowl of soup, and they were a $3 or $4 price difference.
Right.
And I did the same thing, and legit, it was the same size. I was like, bureaucracy! What is this madness? But the bowl, it's funny because our perception with liquid and volume, it's so strange because the bowl looks bigger and then the cup looks smaller and they're the same. It's those optical illusions where you see the two lines or the stairs with the, what?
I could never figure those out either. So yeah, I'm just, I'm not buying soup.
Nah.
Well,
always get a cup. Always get a cup.
Well, and it's amazing to me how much our brains just get used to seeing a certain thing, and so we perceive it as being the only thing that there is.
Right.
So that's why I always like to ask, do you know local, a local place, a mom and pop who put every cent of money that they have into this business, and they're coming out and asking you, how was your meal? How was your experience? All of this, and it's you feel that love that they have for their for what they're providing.
Absolutely.
So
that's so much more valuable.
And honestly, the reason too that I started these is because I know that that's what you put into your business. That's what I put into my business, and we want to help those people who that is their passion. Yeah, they have that love for people that they're helping, and it's not where's the cash. It's how can I provide for you what you're looking for.
Absolutely, in the best way possible.
Yeah, so it's a whole different, I think, dynamic of what you get.
It is, because it's not just wham bam, thank you ma'am, here's your box.
Right.
Yeah, I broke out of the box a long time ago. It feels good out here and I'm not going back in. I love that. I do.
Well, that was it. That's all I got for you.
That's the show, folks. We'll be here all night.
So that is it.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you the next time.
Yay! Bye, guys.
Bye.
I hope that recorded everything.
I'm sure it did.